Good day everyone, I'm Jomar Cabreros and I'm going to present to you my research with the title Development of Supplementary Learning Material in Cookery for Grade 10 Learners. So this is the abstract. In the context of this study, the researcher assessed the competencies of the grade 10 learners in cookery. Specifically, this study prescribed their level of competencies in preparing appetizers, preparing salad and dressing, preparing sandwiches, preparing desserts, and preparing egg dishes as basis for the development of supplementary learning materials. Interestingly, this developmental study revealed that they were excellent in terms of preparing egg dishes. Also, the developed supplementary learning materials in video format are based on the competencies below excellent level. Last, the level of validity of the developed supplementary materials is very high. Findings reveal that the learners are closely approaching mastery in terms of required competencies. Additionally, video format of supplementary learning materials on preparing appetizer, preparing salad and dressing, preparing sandwiches, and preparing desserts were developed and are valid, responsive, acceptable, useful, and quality. It is recommended that the competencies of students should be improved further by using supplementary learning material and other intervention materials and activities. Teachers should use the developed supplementary learning materials as additional instructional materials in teaching cookery to learners. Future studies should look into the effectiveness of the developed supplementary learning materials and other variables in assessing the performance of learners in cookery course. Keywords: experiential course, cookery, cooking skills, teleeducation, and vocational course. These are the key literature. The government responded to the Philippines lagging behind other countries in terms of access to basic education by passing the Republic Act No. 10533, an act enhancing the Philippine basic education system by strengthening its curriculum and increasing the number of years for basic education, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. The commercial cookery course is a technical vocational course that focuses on the skill competencies of the students, which is a vital basis for the students' academic performance, and it is a skill-oriented course that requires hands-on training. Methodology: developmental research is defined as the systematic study of designing, developing, and evaluating instructional programs, processes, and products that must meet criteria of internal consistency and effectiveness, according to Ricci, 1994, cited by Bongolan, 2018. In this study, development of supplementary learning material for the cookery subject in video format based on competencies below excellent level was undertaken. The supplementary learning material in video format were validated by 5 experts. Data gathering procedure. Before, seek permission from president and school principals of students. Determines population of students. During, securing permission to access the class records of the teachers and coding the names of the learners were followed. After, the gathered data were analyzed using the statistical tools. The developed output of the study was subjected to validity evaluation by 5 experts in the field. Results and discussion. Level of competencies of the grade 10 learners in cookery. The table shows that the preparing egg dishes garnered a mean of 95.29, which is described as excellent, and an overall mean of 92.93, which is described as very satisfactory. Level of validity of the developed supplementary materials. The first factor is the content with a submean of 4.92, which is described as very high. The second factor is the format, which has a submean of 4.70, which is described as very high. The third factor is the quality. with a submean of 4.84 or described as very high, and an overall mean of 4.82, which is described as very high. Let's go to the conclusions. So these are the conclusions. In the light of the findings of the study, the following conclusions are drawn. The learners are closely approaching mastery in terms of required competencies. Video format of supplementary learning materials on preparing appetizer, preparing salad and dressing, preparing sandwiches, and preparing desserts can be developed. The developed supplementary learning materials in video format are valid, responsive, acceptable, useful, and quality. So these are the recommendations. Based on the findings and conclusions, the following recommendations are offered. The competencies of students should be improved further by using supplementary learning material and other intervention materials and activities. Teachers should use the developed supplementary learning materials as additional instructional materials in teaching cookery to learners. Future studies should look into the effectiveness of the developed supplementary learning materials. Future studies may look into other variables in assessing the performance of learners in cookery course. Thank you and God bless.